welcome back to the game plan. Noah Mueller back at it again. This episode will be a short one due to a short week of school and a short amount of time to edit this. 4 NFL games, 1 college football game. Let's get into it. So the Giants, I talk about them every week, my favorite team, losing Giant-like fashion, losing to the Dallas Cowboys 20-15. Cowboys looked weak though. Daniel Jones ends up with 281 passing yards, 1 interception. Dak with 221 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Malik Neighbors looking great as he always is every week. 12 receptions for 115 yards. CeeDee Lamb also looking good with 7 receptions for 98 yards and a touchdown. And the Giants at this point were just tanking for a quarterback. This team isn't going to do anything in the league genuinely. And I feel as if this is definitely a team ready for next year if we get the right guy at the quarterback position. Looking at guys like Cam Ward and Carson Beck, maybe even Jalen Milroe. Moving on to the next NFL game, Tampa Bay Buccaneers do include both receivers. Like I've been saying, they need to include both receivers, and they take down the Eagles 33-16. Baker Mayfield with 347 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts ending up another weak game with 158 passing yards and 1 touchdown. And Mike Evans getting 8 receptions, 94 yards, and a touchdown, as well as Saquon Barkley getting 84 rushing yards. Truly a great game for the Buccaneers. They got Chris Godwin involved for 6 receptions, 60-something yards, and Mike Evans, obviously the game I just told you. And honestly, a great game for Tampa. Baker played out of his mind, and they're looking to next week. Commanders rout the Cardinals. Commanders have been great all year. They win 42-14. Jaden Daniels having another good game. 233 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, and 1 interception. Kyler Murray with 142 passing yards and 1 passing touchdown. The running backs really shining this game, though. Brian Robinson, 101 yards and a rushing touchdown. James Conner with 104 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. Overall, a great game for the Commanders. Staying on track here, they become 3-1, top of the division in the NFC East. Nobody saw this coming, but great game for the Commanders. They look forward to next week as the last NFL game on the calendar for today. The Vikings beat the Packers, but they almost lose. The Packers had a heck of a comeback late game, and Minnesota wins 31-29. Jordan Love, a very debatable game, 389 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns. Sounds great. 3 interceptions. Sam Darnold, 275 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. The real star of this game, though, for the Green Bay Packers was wide receiver Jaden Reed, who has been tearing it up every week that Jordan Love has been healthy. 7 receptions, 139 yards, and a touchdown, as well as Justin Jefferson for the Vikings, getting 6 receptions, 85 yards, and a touchdown. He's always going to be a shining star. He just doesn't get involved because Sam Darnold likes to spread out the ball. Overall, great game for Minnesota. Good game for the Packers at the end. Showed signs, but Jordan Love really has to manage the turnover game. As for our college football game today, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, their blackout game Friday night against Washington. They get a game that nobody expected, and they start out 4-0 for the first time since they won the Big Ten Championship or were co-champions of the Big Ten Championship with quarterback Athan Kaliakmanis with 115 passing yards and 1 passing touchdown. Will Rogers with 306 passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns. Denzel Boston, the receiver for Washington, with 6 receptions, 125 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Kyle Monangai, the superstar running back for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, getting 132 rushing yards and a touchdown. I was actually at this game. It was a very electric atmosphere for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. They came out, played a great defensive game, as well as playing a good offensive game on the run game. Pass game was solid. Rutgers got it done. My players of the week for the NFL, we're going to go offensive, defensive here. Offensive player of the week, Derrick Henry, absolutely tore it up for the Ravens last night on Sunday Night Football. And the Ravens won the game, I think, 35-10. As well as for defensive player of the week, we have Fred Warner, the middle linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers. He got a pick 6 for the 49ers, and the 49ers walked out of their own stadium versus New England, winning 30-13. That'll be it for the game plan. Next episode will be all about Week 5 of the NFL, as well as the MLB playoff race and more college football. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time on The Game Plan.